Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss on the topic sexual reproduction in flowering plant, and this video is presented to you by www.examhe.com. First of all, we will see the functions of flower. So flowers are of two types: bisexual flower and unisexual flower. So bisexual are those which have both male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ, and unisexual are those which has either male reproductive organ or female reproductive organ. So the male reproductive organ produce male gametes which are pollen, and female reproductive organ produce female gamete which are egg. After which the process pollination take place, in which the transfer of male gamete take place from anther to stigma. After which the process fertilization take place, in which fusion of male and female gamete occur. After the fusion, after the fertilization, the post-fertilization events take place. Post-fertilization events in which the development of seeds and fruits occur. Okay. So as the flower has both male and female reproductive organs, so the mode of reproduction is sexual. So now we are going to discuss the structure of flower. So pistil is the female part and stamen is the male part. So pistil has three parts. This is a stigma, this is style, and ovary. This is combinedly called pistil. And stamen has two parts, anther and filament. The other part of flower is petal and sepal. Petals are the colored part of the flower, which is useful to attract the pollinators like insects and birds. In this picture you can see the flower has colorful petal and this is a bisexual flower having both male and female reproductive organ. So this is a style, this is stigma, and the yellow part is anther of male reproductive organ, and filament. Okay. So the pollens are produced are developed in the anther part of the flower, which are the male gamete. So and in the anther the production of pollen take place, in which male gametes are present, and the male reproductive organ is also called androecium. And in the ovary part, ovules are produced, in which the female gametes are developed, and the female reproductive structure is also called gynoecium. Okay. So now we will discuss stamen, microsporangium, and pollen grains. So the male reproductive organ is a stamen having two part, anther, which is a bilobed structure having two lobes, and the filament, which is long and slender stalk attached to the thalamus or the petal of flower. This is long filament. So the number and the length of the stamen is variable in different flowers. So now we will see the cross section of anther in this diagram. It has two lobes. This is the first lobe and this is the second lobe. So the anther is a tetragonal structure having four microsporangia, 1, 2, 3 and 4 microsporangia, and the outer covering is called theca, which cover the two adjacent microsporangia. This is called theca. So there is two theca, therefore it is called the dithecous. Okay, and microsporangia then further develop into pollen sac, and the pollen sac is packed with longitudinally packed with pollen grain, which have the male gametes in it. At the time of maturation, this pollen sac split and the pollen grain is released into the atmosphere. Okay. So now we will discuss the structure of microsporangium. So the microsporangium has four wall layer. The outer one is called epidermis. After that, endothecium, endothecium, 1 to 3 middle layer, and tapetum. The inner one is tapetum. So the outer layer, which is epidermis and endothecium, provide the protection and help in dehiscence of anther to release pollen, which is the splitting of anther at the time of maturity, and then release pollen into the atmosphere for pollination. And the middle layer and tapetum degenerate to provide nourishment to the growing pollen grain. And tapetum also produce ubious granule for the formation of exin part of pollen grain. So this is the diagram of pollen grain. So the outer covering is axin, the inner covering is intine. So the tapetum produces ubious granule, which is helpful for the formation of axine. Okay. Pollen kit is a sticky substance in case of entomophilous pollination. Entomophilous pollination is pollination through insects. Insects has hair, so this pollen kit, which is a sticky substance, helpful to stick the pollen grain to the insect. And the special proteins are present for the pollen grain to recognize their compatibility, to recognize their compatible female gamete for fusion. Okay. Now the next process is microsporogenesis. So microsporogenesis is a process in which the microspore mother cell, which is diploid, having two sets of chromosome, undergo meiosis and give rise to the 4 haploid pollen cell. So the meiosis first occur in which the mother cell divided into 2, after which the meiosis second take place, in which the cell divided into 4, and this tetrad of 4 haploid pollen cells are of N condition, having half the number of chromosomes. Okay. So in some pollen grain, the tetrad do not separate, so in that case it is called compound pollen grain. Okay. Now we will discuss the structure of pollen grain. Pollen grain is a male gametophyte. It is spherical, having 25 to 50 micron size in diameter. It has 2 layers. The outer one is axine and the inner one is intine. The axine is made up of sporopollenin, which is the most resistant, most biological resistant material, and it can withstand high temperature, strong acid, alkali, and no enzyme can degrade this. So uh, some in some area there are germ spores are present in which the sporopollenin is absent. So from this area the pollen tube usually develop. Pollen tube develop. So this pollen tube develop when the pollination take place and the pollen is ready for fertilization, and through this pollen tube male gametes are transferred from uh, pollen to the female reproductive organ and reaches towards the female gamete, and the inner intine is thin and uniform, made up of pectocellulose. Pectocellulose is the combination of pectin and cellulose. Okay. So the study of pollen grain is called pollinology. Now we will discuss the development of male gametophyte. So the process of developing male gametophyte from pollen grain is called microgametogenesis. So as we have seen that the diploid mother cell give rise to the haploid pollen grain after meiosis, after which in each pollen grain the nucleus is further divided mitotically to form vegetative nuclei and generative nuclei. The cytoplasm also divide in pollen grain, but the cytoplasm divide unequally, in which it form the smaller generative cell and the large vegetative cell. So in this case, when the generative and vegetative cell is developed, it is called the two-celled stage, and it occur in most 60% of angiosperm. And in remaining species, the generative cell is further divided into two, giving rise to two male gamete, and in that case it is called three-celled stage because two male gamete and one vegetative nuclei is present. So the generative cell have the male gamete, and the vegetative nuclei is helpful in the formation of pollen tube. Further, we will discuss some more uses of pollen grain. Pollen grain is also used as a health supplement nowadays in the form of tablet. Pollen grain also cause severe allergies when come in the contact of respiratory system, causing bronchial affliction like asthma and bronchiolitis. So some of the pollen grain have the viability of 30 minutes, and in some it is viable for months. It depends on various plants, and the example of the viability of pollen grain varies. In some plant it loses its viability within 30 minutes, and in some it is viable for months. For example, Rosacea, Leguminosia and Solanaceae. So due to the presence of sporopollenin, it can be preserved as a fossil, as the sporopollenin is the highly resistant biological material, and it can be preserved in liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen has a temperature of minus 196 degrees Celsius and can be useful for further crop breeding program. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe Exam Hai on YouTube, like our videos and comment.